Two breaking stories just dropped, and they're shaking up the Raiders fan base, but not in a good way. One involves serious questions about the offensive direction of the team, with Geno Smith right at the center. The other focuses on a rookie who came in with sky-high expectations, but just 2 games in, fans are already split. Ashton Jeanty. What's really behind these issues? Is it chemistry, bad play calling, or is there something deeper going on? If you're a true Raiders fan and want the kind of insight no one else is talking about, hit that subscribe button so you're not the last to know. Let's start with what went down against the Chargers and what it revealed. After a decent opener against the Patriots that had folks cautiously optimistic, Geno Smith and the Raiders slammed into a wall on Monday night against the Chargers. And not a soft wall, this one hit back. The offense never found the end zone in a frustrating 29 loss, and Geno looked like a guy stuck in the mud. He went 24 of 43 for just 180 yards, threw 3 picks, and didn't sniff the kind of rhythm you want from your QB1. The Chargers defense brought the heat, smothered the big play potential, and left Geno scrambling, literally and mentally. Now with a short week ahead before they face the Commanders, there's no time to sulk. Geno knows it. He stood in front of the media postgame, took the blame on the chin, and didn't sugarcoat anything. Said he's going to be brutally honest with himself, dive into the film, and make sure he learns from this mess. In his words, "I've got to learn from it. I'm going to be super hard on myself, extremely hard, because that's all I know." And honestly, that's the kind of mentality you want from your quarterback after a night like that. Own it. Fix it. Move on. But here's the thing. This isn't all on Geno. The game plan set him up to fail. Asking him to drop back over 40 times? That's a recipe for disaster when your run game is stuck in neutral. For the second straight week, the Raiders' rushing attack offered zero balance, leaving Geno out there to play hero ball. That's not his game, and it shouldn't be the Raiders' strategy. Head coach Pete Carroll and OC Chip Kelly need to get back to basics. Find a way to run the rock. Get some rhythm going on the ground, open up play action, and take some weight off Geno's shoulders. Because if defenses know you're one-dimensional, they're going to tee off, and that's exactly what the Chargers did. The ugly truth is, this game exposed a few things the Raiders have to fix fast. They've got just a few days to regroup and get their heads right before taking on a Washington team that's not going to let them off easy. Geno's taking the heat like a pro, but now it's on the entire offense and coaching staff to bounce back and make sure this game is just a bump, not the start of a slide. But what's raising even more eyebrows is the slow start from one of the most hyped rookies on the roster, and fans are already starting to get restless. When the Raiders snagged Ashton Jeanty with the 6th overall pick back in April, the hope was simple. Finally put an end to the revolving door of meh at running back. 2 weeks in, that hope is starting to wear thin. Jeanty's NFL debut hasn't exactly been electric. He managed just 38 rushing yards in the opener against New England and followed it up with a 43-yard night in Monday's loss to the Chargers. That puts him dead last in total rushing yards among backs with at least 30 carries and his 2.7 yards per tote. Only Chase Brown in Cincinnati is running into walls more often. Now, let's be fair. This isn't just an Ashton problem. The Raiders' entire ground game has been in quicksand. But when you spend a top 10 pick on a back, expectations are sky high. Fans aren't exactly throwing in the towel, but that early season patience is starting to fray. Head coach Pete Carroll, though, is preaching calm. After the Chargers game, he told reporters Jeanty is still adjusting, still getting his feet under him, and that more carries and better results are coming. Carroll's message was clear. They've got to run the ball more, and they're sticking with their guy. But even with Carroll in his corner, Jeanty hasn't helped his own cause. The offensive line has had its fair share of issues. Holes are hard to find. But Jeanty's also making rookie mistakes. One particularly painful moment came when he completely missed a blitz pickup, leading to Geno Smith getting leveled. It wasn't long after that the Raiders ditched the run altogether and put everything on Geno's shoulders, which, spoiler alert, didn't end well either. To his credit, Jeanty isn't ducking responsibility. He owned it after the game, saying he missed chances to break off bigger runs and put the blame squarely on himself. He also admitted the game is still moving a little too fast for him, though he felt better in Week 2 than he did in Week 1. That kind of honesty is refreshing, and probably necessary if he's going to turn the corner. Bottom line, Jeanty's still figuring it out. The raw talent is there, but top 10 picks don't get much wiggle room when things aren't clicking. If he doesn't find that next gear soon, the noise around him is only going to get louder. The Raiders don't just need Jeanty to adjust, they need him to hit. and hit fast. Fans have every right to be watching closely. Geno needs help, and Jeanty needs to step up. The season's barely started and warning signs are flashing. For straight-up, no BS Raiders updates, make sure you're subscribed.